Hey, what's up guys? Today's going to be a quick review video on this Smartbot Robust 2800. It's a half horsepower submersible utility pump, small but mighty. So it's rated for 2,800 gallons per hour. It's got auto flow, anti-clog, and it does not have a float. So what we're going to be doing is comparing it against this M57 Zoeller. We'll show you some flow rates, and my buddy is actually coming to pick me up. We're gonna go, he's got a pump and pull down about 15 inches, so we got a good comparison to show you. I mean, let me just show you what's inside. It's got a 2-inch male-to-male elbow, plastic with O-rings, 2-inch male-to-male, and then you have a series of adapters, so you can go all the way down from 3/4 MPT up to, looks like 1.5 MPT, and those just thread right on with the O-ring. Sorry, he's on his way over, so I'm trying to rush this intro real quick. Hey, you just slide them down to that O-ring contacts and they're locked in. Let's take a look at the pump. Oh wow, this thing is lightweight. I can, lift this with my pinky, extend it out, unlike the Zoeller, which is what we're using for comparison. I mean, I can't even lift that with my pinky. So that's got to be 10 times the weight. All right, let's see the build quality. I see stainless steel components down in there. I'll probably pop this screen off later to show you guys. There's a look inside of the pump. And yeah, let's see how these thread on here. So you got the elbow you can put on if you need to make this go vertical. There you go. You gotta make sure you get those threads. All right, cool. Now this is what you would use in a sump pump, so I guess it's not a great comparison, but I've had one of these in my house for 15 years now. I bought it new and it's just been going strong the whole time. This has got a cast iron impeller in it. Or is this the plastic? Actually, this is the plastic impeller model. The one I had in the basement's got a cast iron. This is not something you would really use for a sump pump, but supposedly this can suck down to a 1/16 of an inch of water. This is more just a utility pump for pumping out pools and such. All right, here's the lineup. This is the pump he brought. It's Tsurumi, half horsepower, made in Taiwan, has a float on it. The Smartbot, which is also half horsepower, and this one, I said it was an M57, it's actually an M53D, and it's 0.3 horsepower. Well, let's go do some pumping. All right, here's the pool. We're gonna fill these trash cans. It's a little green and nasty, but that'll work. We've plugged it in, pump didn't come on. It's just got the automatic water sensor on it. Go ahead and drop her in, and I'll let you know when we get some flow.
Put it on the low thing.
I'll put it down one step, I think. The hose is primed. Go ahead and drop that back in, and then we're going to start the timer. Ooh, timer has been started. Let's see how long that takes to fill up. Oh, it's coming out the bottom. Darn it. Well, that's okay, because that's an established flow.
You want to reset the timer?
No, it don't matter. We'll see how long. I mean, that's only a small amount. So the pump is working pretty well. It's ultra whisper quiet. Chugging away down there. And we are almost to our line with set flow coming out of the bottom too. Very scientific, accurate test here. All right, we're right there. Boom. We're gonna use that little line there as a marker. And that was 1 minute, 27 seconds. All right, we just dropped the Zoeller M53 in.
You ready?
Yep, go ahead. All right, let's see how long that one takes. And of course, the head has not really changed since this is such a big pool. It's, it hasn't dropped level at all. And boom, that's it. All right, minute 47. Well, the M53 lost that battle, but now we're gonna put her up against another half horsepower, which is a more fair competition. This is like supposed to be a commercial grade trash pump. Float switch on this one is just this little guy, and it's got a little contactor in there. Drop her in. That seems pretty heavy duty. So all three of these pumps have a 2-inch outlet on them, and we're running it through this 1.5-inch pull hose. Of course, if you put a larger hose on them, like if you put hose like this on, you could definitely get some more flow probably. And we are there. 1 minute, 8 seconds. The Tsurumi has taken the lead, and that's that commercial pump. That works well. And now we'll drain this pool down the rest of the way where it needs to be. That's going overnight. For anyone wondering, the reason we're draining this pool down is because as winter's here, if you don't drain them, sometimes they can freeze and then actually crack the tiles on the side. So you drain it down about 10, 12 inches or so, maybe more. All right, guys, that was a good comparison. Now let's start wrapping this up by, we'll take a look at the impeller. And I want to note there's also a filter attachment you can get for this that you screw onto here. So in case you're sucking up really dirty water with leaves and such, you don't want them to keep blocking the pump up. So if you want to access the pump, you have to remove these 6 stainless steel Phillips screws. And with those all off, you should be able to just pop this right off. Boom. All right, so the impeller is plastic on it, which I like because that won't corrode, and very easy access to be able to clean this out in case it gets clogged. However, this is supposed to be a design that doesn't get clogged very easily. So anyway, let's start summing this up by, I'm going to say the packaging was awesome. It came, you know, no damage and very well padded in there. I was very impressed with the flow rate. While it didn't beat the other 1/2 horsepower pump, this thing is feather light. I didn't weigh the other one, but I mean, again, I showed you I could pick that up with my pinky. If you do need more flow, this is the robust 2800 model. You can also get the Super 3600. I don't know if it's out yet, but I'll drop links to this stuff down below on Amazon. The max head on this is 25 feet, so you can pump up 25 feet. Of course, you're not going to have the exact same flow, and there's actually a chart on the box that showed you the flow at 25 feet. The Super 3600 is going to be a 30-foot head. And so check it out. Here's the water sensor on it too, right here. I don't know if it uses both of them or not, but that's one of the big beauties of this is it knocks over under the pool. It doesn't use a float switch. It will just, you know, it will turn off when the water gets too low, but it'll keep running upside down or any other way you put it. Let's plug it in real quick and see if I put my finger between those, what it does. It probably just measures the resistance between these two, I would assume, but I'm actually not sure. It seems to work. There's no moving parts, so that's certainly a benefit. And there's the gasket in here. It's got a rubber O-ring. Last test, we're going to measure how low it pumps down to. I love that it came with all these adapters because now I can easily adapt it to this garden hose thread. Even though this is 3/4 MPT, the garden hose is basically the same thing. Let's see how long it takes to turn on. We drop it in. Boom, there it goes. Wow, look at the pressure of that thing. Holy smokes. That's really got some good pressure. Look, and if we block it, here's what it does too. It's not upset by this. It's just chugging along. So boom, look how far that shoots. Oh, let's see how low it goes. Oh, so it turned off. Oh, here it goes. Let's see if it turns off on its own. Now it should sense that it's running dry here shortly. It's not so far. Now it's not shutting off, so let's bring it up a little bit. There it goes. I think it's because I had this thing's on an angle. All right, same test, except this is actually level now. Drop her in. See how the auto shut off works. Hasn't turned on yet, so it does take a second. Apparently it needs more water than that to turn on. That's only about 1 inch of water. And it seems it needs a little bit more to turn on. There it goes. And now it turned off. Interesting. Let's try that one more time. And there it goes. So it needs like 1.5 inches to turn on. And then it turned off, leaving 1 inch in this time. I'm not sure what's up with that. It's weird. It kept going before the whole time. As you can see, this system of turning it on and off is not being super reliable. Like right now, I would like to pump out that 1 inch of water, and this should have an on-off switch. I think that would be a nice upgrade to have on this unit, so that way you can just override this sensor system. Because I don't know how it even works. I assume it's through conductance, but it's not pumping down as low as I would like it. So if I had 1 inch of water across a big floor, I want it to pump down to 1/16 of an inch, not 1 inch. You know, maybe it's because I was doing it in a stainless steel container. Let's try out this plastic one and see how it works. I got about 2 inches of water in there. You know, since it's using conductance, the steel could have whacked it out. Let's see. See what happens with this one. Oh, look at that. Yeah, it's pumping down much lower. and not shutting off yet, but that time, there it goes. So I think it was something to do with that steel container. Interesting. So there you go. Awesome pump if you're, as long as you're not pumping on something that has a steel bottom surface or steel container. Then it pumped down to about, you know, I'm gonna call that a 1/4 inch or maybe 1/2 inch on the deep end since we're on a slight angle. But yeah, overall good little pump. It flows good. It feels of high quality, and I don't love it. It doesn't have an automatic or a way to bypass the automatic switch on it, like a manual toggle. However, it's nice that you know, this thing will still run on its side, and if you do have a blockage on the impeller, this is supposed to detect the overload on it, and a red light will come on until you clear the blockage. So, Smartbot, yeah, I guess it's smart, and it pumps pretty well. I'll make sure to drop a link to this and the, I don't know if it's available yet, but the 3600 down below. And yeah, the other pumps I used in this video too, I'll see if that's available on there, and hopefully this video helps you decide if this is the pump for you. I think one of the most practical applications for this pump is for above ground pools. You know, you got to pump off the cover. If the pump goes on its side, it might just keep running continuously forever, where this one won't. It will only pump when there's water. And also if the impeller gets clogged up with leaves and such, this thing's going to be able to detect it, so you kind of could just throw this out there and set it and forget it, you know. I suppose I should have read through this book a little bit better, because you can see for the auto flow instructions, it's 1.25" auto on and pumps down to 1/16. So if you only have a 1/2 inch of water on the ground, and you're trying to pump that up, then I guess you'd have to add some more water, because I'm not sure how else you would get the pump going. And then if it's on its side, you see it turns, well, auto off at 5.5 inches. But I suppose it depends on which side it's laying on, because, you know, those prongs are only on one side of the pump. And here's some more useful information in case you want to pause that and take a look at this manual. And I'm not sure if the manual is printed online. I assume it would be though, but if you're looking to purchase this pump, here's the fiber filter, although mine didn't come with that. And then here's your troubleshooting. I already showed you the impeller cleaning, but here's your technical specifications for the Super 3600 too. And that's it. And then you get your limited warranty.